Roman Reigns breaks down after helping anao'i to win match, visibly upset with Paul Heyman as new alliance teased. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Have a nice day. For WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Roman Reigns snapped on WWE Raw tonight after he helped his biggest enemy win a match. He was then visibly upset with Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins faced CM Punk in the main event of Raw at Madison Square Garden this week. The stars gave it their all and somehow survived an uncountable number of finishers from each other in something of an exception from what's usually seen in WWE matches. Despite the innumerable GTS and stomps, they kept surviving at least until Roman Reigns showed up. He dragged Seth Rollins out of the ring through the door and destroyed him. Unfortunately, while doing this, he inadvertently helped Rollins win the match. The announcement that Rollins had won incensed him. He then looked inside to see Paul Heyman hugging CM Punk, infuriating him further. He broke down and entered the ring, throwing Punk against the cage and hitting him with a spear. He then faced down Paul Heyman, looking angrier than ever. Heyman and Punk have a connection, and apparently the wise man owes Punk a favor, something that has never sat well with Reigns. Now it remains to be seen what happens, since this Roman Reigns does not appear ready to tolerate anything. Heyman and Punk appear to be teasing a new alliance with their behavior, and this won't go down well with him. Roman Reigns made a huge statement on Monday Night Raw after returning for the first time in over a month to get revenge on not one but two superstars. He seemingly took a shot at them as the show went off the air. The main event of Raw this week saw an incredibly thrilling steel cage match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, one that was also a big kickout fest, as both finishers of Rollins and Punk weren't enough to put them away. Instead, Rollins won inadvertently by getting choked out by the returning Roman Reigns, who took him out of the cage. As Raw was going off the air, Roman Reigns was seen looking at the damage and assessing the scene, for which he was directly responsible. In the video below, you can see how he subtly takes shots at CM Punk and Seth Rollins. All signs are heading toward a WrestleMania collision between the three megastars. It began before the Royal Rumble, but that moment during the Rumble took things to a whole new level. While Punk eliminated Rollins and Reigns as they were busy brawling, Reigns also got caught in the crossfire. This was the reason behind his assault on Rollins. It could also mark the first time in the 2020s that Reigns will compete in a non-title match at WrestleMania. The ending of WWE Raw on Netflix tonight saw Roman Reigns make his grand return as he laid out Seth Rollins and CM Punk. The two were having a steel cage match for the ages before the OTC got involved. Reigns showed up unannounced after Rollins nearly pinned Punk. He pulled the Visionary out of the ring, which over the best in the world. The OG Bloodline leader punished him for it though. Following multiple spears and even a stomp to Seth Rollins outside the ring, Roman Reigns turned his attention to what was happening inside the cage. He then attacked CM Punk after he caught Paul Heyman comforting him. The Wiseman has been caught between the two of them. The Wiseman Paul Heyman has shared his first post following Roman Reigns' shocking return on Raw on Netflix tonight. The OTC returned during the final moments of the show and attacked both CM Punk and Seth Rollins. At Royal Rumble 2025, CM Punk eliminated Reigns and Rollins from the men's Royal Rumble match. He was thrown out mere moments later and then engaged in a brawl with Rollins outside the ring. Rollins also brutally attacked Reigns at ringside. Tonight, Roman Reigns came out during the final moments of the steel cage match between Punk and Rollins and dragged his former Shield stablemate out of the cage, thus ensuring his win. He then launched an attack on Rollins to a loud pop from the fans in attendance. Reigns then saw Heyman checking on Punk and wasn't happy at all. He entered the ring and beat up Punk as well. Heyman shared a couple of Instagram stories minutes after. In one of the stories, Heyman can be seen standing in one corner as Reigns lays waste to Punk, while in the other, Reigns can be seen turning his gaze towards the Wiseman and the Second City Saint as they shared a touching moment in the ring. This would be succeeded by the OTC assaulting Punk. It's almost certain at this point that a massive triple treat match is on the horizon featuring Reigns, Rollins, and Punk. The match will likely headline night one of the show of shows, which would mean Punk finally gets to main event Mania. Fan shot clip of Roman Reigns has been shared on X following his attack on CM Punk and Seth Rollins on Raw. The footage showed the OTC running through The crowd toured the ring. Fans were anxiously waiting to see Reigns make an appearance on WWE TV after he was brutally attacked by Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. Rollins attacked Reigns at ringside after both men were eliminated from the men's Free for All by Tonight. Roman Reigns returned and viciously attacked the Visionary outside the ring. He then went after CM Punk while a stunned Paul Heyman watched helplessly. A fan has now shared footage of what happened mere seconds before Reigns appeared out of nowhere to attack Rollins at WrestleMania 41. These three megastars are seemingly going to battle it out in a huge triple threat match. Reigns, Rollins, and Punk aren't fond of each other in the least, and a showdown featuring all three can only happen at the grandest stage of them all. It remains to be seen who will emerge victorious when these three superstars finally collide. The match hasn't been made official yet, but the announcement might come very soon as Mania is just around the corner. Roman Reigns destroyed Seth Rollins and CM Punk during the main event of this week's WWE Raw. The OTC dragged Rollins out of the ring and finally got his payback for the latter's actions at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. He then set his sights on Punk, who was being consoled in the ring by Paul Heyman. The Wise Man was also responsible for having Reigns and Punk team up with the OG Bloodline at the 2024 Men's War Games match. Roman Reigns entered the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match in hopes of regaining the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. However, the OTC won't compete for a title at this year's Showcase of Immortals. Instead, he could be crossing paths with CM Punk and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match, even though WWE hasn't officially announced anything. Adam Pearce sent a message after preventing Roman Reigns from attacking Seth Rollins on WWE Raw. The OTC returned during the main event of this week's show. Rollins was in action against CM Punk in a steel cage match. During the match's closing moments, Reigns dragged Rollins out of the ring, leading to his victory in the process. However, a brutal Superman punch, spear, and stomp were in store for Rollins courtesy of his former Shield stablemate. On Instagram, Pearce sent a 3-word message after he prevented Reigns from hitting Rollins with a stomp on the steel steps. Reigns also took out CM Punk and attacked him to close out this week's Monday Night Raw. They previously teamed up in the 2024 Men's War Games match. Paul Heyman rarely invests in a young WWE superstar in the Stamford-based promotion. Recently, Triple H revealed that the Wiseman has spent a lot of time with multi-time Intercontinental Champion. In 2023, Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker had a tease of what could come next when the Wiseman was in the Dog's Corner on the developmental brand. While Breaker didn't win the match, the partnership got a lot of attention and many thought it would be a fun pairing down the line, and it seems like it might happen sooner rather than later. In an interview with Triple aka Paul Levesque spoke about the company's Rise move to Netflix and Tuque 25. During this, he revealed Heyman has been spending a lot of time grooming the former 2-time NXT and Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker behind the scenes. Earlier this year, Paul Heyman announced that Roman Reigns wants to return to the top of the mountain, as he planned on entering the Men's Royal Rumble match. However, CM Punk and Seth Rollins had other plans for the original Tribal Chief when he entered the match. During the gimmick match, CM Punk eliminated Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at WWE Royal Rumble 2025. To make matters worse, the Visionary stomped the original Tribal Chief. On the latest edition of WWE Raw, Roman Reigns returned in the main event and accidentally helped Seth Rollins to win the steel cage match when he pulled him out of the steel structure. The original Tribal Chief decimated both his rivals heading into WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Roman Reigns looks set to compete in a high-stakes match at WWE WrestleMania 41. CM Punk and Seth Rollins will likely be his opponents at the Showcase of Immortals. Veteran journalist Bill Apter would like to see the OTC reunite with the Visionary during the match. Reigns returned to WWE programming on Raw this week, where he attacked Seth Rollins for taking him out at Royal Rumble. After seeing him interact with Paul Heyman, the head of the table also went after CM Punk. The three men will likely settle their business inside the squared circle at WrestleMania 41 in a triple threat match. Speaking about the possible match on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, Bill Apter said he would like to see a Shield reunion during the potential match. The Hall of Fame journalist added that the Reigns and Rollins tag team would drive the WWE universe crazy. The animosity between Reigns and Rollins is at an all-time high. However, the duo have worked together